We got some information regarding some big AAA unannounced games coming exclusively to the Xbox Series X from the Bethesda studios. Let's talk about it, shall we? What is going on, everybody? It's Randall Thor 19, the man with the million, back again with another video. Hope everyone's having a fantastic day, and if you guys could do me a huge favor, make sure you hit that like button. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button, and please share this out on social media. I really appreciate it, and thank you guys for all the support. So while we wait for Microsoft to let the embargoes up on next generation gameplay for the Xbox Series X and S, I figured I would talk about the most important thing, and that is the games coming from Xbox Game Studios, but more specifically, the new AAA unannounced titles that are coming from some of Bethesda studios that I think will be exclusive to the Xbox Series X and S, although of course they'll be on PC and streamable on mobile through Xbox Game Pass Ultimate. Now, back in July when Microsoft had 15 first-party studios, they revealed 5 new games: Forza Motorsport, Fable, Avowed, State of Decay 3, and a title from Xbox Global Publishing. Of course, there's more unannounced AAA games coming. For instance, we don't know what Compulsion Games is working on. We don't know what the Coalition is working on, although we have a good idea that they're going to be working on Gear 6, probably targeting 2023. The Initiatives game is still shrouded in mystery, although rumors suggest that it's a Perfect Dark-like game. The second studio at Playground is obviously working on Forza Horizon 5, but we haven't seen that yet. We don't know what Double Fine's plans are after they release Psychonauts 2. inXile just put out Wasteland 3, and we know for sure, it's been confirmed by Brian Fargo, that they are working on a big AAA RPG, but it's kind of early in the process, so don't expect that from some time. And then of course there's Xbox Global Publishing. We know of one game, As Dusk Falls, but we don't know how many more titles they have under that umbrella. It could be 2 games, it could be 10 games, nobody really knows at this point. But then on top of everything I just mentioned, you have the Bethesda teams. 8 studios all working on AAA projects, and most of them are unannounced. Sure, we know that Starfield is coming. There's rumors that it's going to be released in 2021. Elder Scrolls 6 has been announced, but it's probably a long time off. And currently, Deathloop and Ghostwire Tokyo, one from Arkane Studios and the other from Tango Gameworks, are currently exclusive to the PlayStation 5 and will release sometime later for the Xbox Series X. But there's 8 studios, and a lot of them are unannounced, and that is what this video is going to be about today. Honestly, when all these teams start working, there's going to be nothing but games coming out from Xbox's first party, releasing day and date in Xbox Game Pass, so you can save as much money as you want or buy them if you so desire. Now, I grabbed a lot of this information from my good buddy Clobrel. If you're an Xbox fan, you need to be following on Twitter. He has great insights on what Xbox Game Studios are doing. Now, first up, we're going to be talking about probably my favorite studio over at Bethesda, and that is Arkane. And Clobrel says Arkane Lyon and Arkane Austin are 2 studios with shared goals and values working on different projects. Lyon is working on Deathloop, Austin on a new AAA project that uses Unreal Engine. It's immersive simulation and emergent gameplay, pretty much like Prey, think like that. And it blends the first-person shooter and RPG genres. Now, this is one of the things you have to think about Bethesda and also Xbox Game Studios. Microsoft acquired Arkane, but they're actually 2 wholly separate studios that make AAA projects, pretty much like Playground. We know Playground is making Fable, but they also have another studio that is working on Forza Horizon 5. So even though Microsoft has 23 new studios for first party, when you actually separate them out and look at the teams and count Playground as 2 and Arkane as 2, Microsoft actually has over 35 teams working on new content for Xbox Series X, PC, Xbox Game Pass, and the cloud. So while Arkane Lyon is working on Deathloop, which is set to release in Q2 of 2021 on the PS5 and sometime later on the Xbox Series X, Arkane Austin is working on a new AAA project. Now, what could it be? Is it a new IP? I don't really think so, because when you look at the image Microsoft used when they announced the purchase of Bethesda, they made sure to include an image of Dishonored and Prey. So I would not be surprised that Arkane Austin's new AAA game is perhaps Dishonored 3 or something like Prey 2. Let me know what you think Arkane Austin is working on in the comments below. Now I'm gonna take a look at another absolutely fantastic studio, and that is MachineGames. Cloburl says, let's have a speculative look at the next Bethesda studio soon operating under the Xbox banner. MachineGames is likely deep into development on Wolfenstein 3, running on id Tech 7, finishing the new trilogy. Open positions may suggest there is a second team working on multiplayer. Now I 100% agree with Cloburl that it's probably really likely that MachineGames is going to finish out the trilogy, and the next title that they are working on is Wolfenstein 3. Will it have multiplayer, or will the second team that's working on multiplayer be its own separate title like Wolfenstein Youngblood, which to be honest was not a very good game. But the other thing I want to mention is that both of these teams, MachineGames as well as Arkane Austin, are set to reveal their next games really soon. I think both these teams will reveal their games at E3 2021 or whatever event Xbox decides to use next year. I mean, they have to be close, right? Prey came out in 2017. It's been 3 years. Deathloop was supposed to release this year from Arkane line, and Austin worked on Prey, so you know they have to be close to reveal whatever they're working on. I personally think it's Dishonored 3. And MachineGames released Wolfenstein 2, The New Colossus, in 2017, and released a smaller Wolfenstein Youngblood in 2019. So I really do think both those developers are ready to show off their next game. Now, next up is Zenimax Online, which is a studio that really nobody talks about, mainly because they released The Elder Scrolls Online. It's an MMO, came out on PC in 2014 and released for the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One in 2015. Most people thought they would just continue to work on that game, but it is 100% confirmed that not only are they working on a new AAA project, it's also a new IP. Cloburl tweeted out, Zenimax Online, an Xbox studio, is in pre-production on a new AAA game. You know, Zenimax Online, I wonder if they're going to be forced to change their name after the acquisition goes through. Could they be called Xbox Online Studios, or will they keep the Zenimax name? Let me know what you think in the comments below. Personally, I think it would be cool if they were called Xbox Online Studios, but I wouldn't be surprised if they kept the Zenimax moniker. So Cloburl goes on to say that it's a new IP, experience developing open world games, it's a new game engine, and Elder Scrolls Online will keep receiving active support, and the studio is on a massive hiring spree. Now we got a quote here from Alex Tardif, who is the lead graphics engineer over at Zenimax Online, and he replied to a tweet from Xbox News that said, confirmed, Xbox first-party studio Zenimax Online, developer of the Elder Scrolls Online, is working on a brand new AAA IP built on a brand new game engine. This title has been in development since at least 2018, and he replied with, not much to say about this yet, but it's been so much fun creating a brand new engine. With how rare this kind of thing is nowadays, I feel fortunate to be at the studio while we invest heavily in our own technology. And someone asked, are you using the Creation Engine, which is the engines used for Fallout, Fallout 76, and the Elder Scrolls games? It definitely needs a revamp because it's not a very good engine anymore. And Alex replied with, that is BGS, Bethesda Game Studios. This is a different engine we're building at Zenimax Online Studios. See, and this is the thing about the whole Bethesda acquisition. It's just gonna be games, games, and games. Yeah, we know Fable and Avowed and Forza Motorsport and Halo Infinite and Gears 6 and Perfect Dark and all these games from Microsoft's 15 studios will be coming at a pretty fairly steady clip. But then you add the 8 studios from Bethesda, and you know there's a brand new game coming from MachineGames, likely Wolfenstein 3. You know there's another AAA game coming from Arkane Austin. You know that Zenimax Online is working on something brand new. And we haven't even touched on what id or Roundhouse Studios are working on. My point is that Microsoft has so many studios and so many teams working on so much content that you're always pretty much going to have something to play on Xbox in the future. And it's all going to be available day one in Game Pass for a cheap, ridiculous price. And I know there's still the discussion around the exclusivity of the Bethesda games. Will they come to PlayStation, or will they be exclusive to Xbox? But I saw this article today and I thought it was pretty interesting. It says that the US Entertainment Software Rating Board, the ESRB, has classified Prey, Dishonored, and Wolfenstein games for the Xbox Series X and S. 2 Bethesda compilations, Dishonored and the Prey, the Arkane Collection, and the Wolfenstein Alt History Collection were classified mature by the ESRB. Dishonored and Prey, the Arkane Collection is said to include 4 games, likely Dishonored Definitive Edition, Dishonored 2, Dishonored Death of the Outsider, and Prey. These titles are currently available for Xbox One, PS4, and PC as part of the Arkane Anniversary Collection, and the PC version includes additional games. The Wolfenstein Alt History Collection, which is also currently available for the same platforms, includes Wolfenstein The Old Blood, Wolfenstein 2 The New Colossus, Wolfenstein Youngblood, and Wolfenstein New Order. The thing about this that makes it pretty interesting is that these compilations, Prey, Dishonored, and Wolfenstein games, have only been rated for the Xbox Series X and S, and not for the PlayStation 5 yet. Now, is this the first time that Bethesda games being exclusive to Xbox moving forward, or has the ESRB just not rated the PlayStation 5 versions yet? I don't really know, but it's definitely something to keep your eye on. Anyways, guys, that is the video. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and as always, if you enjoyed it, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button, share this video out on social media, and tell a friend about the channel. If you want to be notified immediately whenever I drop a new video like this, make sure you hit that notification bell. If you want to take your support for the channel even further, you can hit the join button where you get access to channel badges and emotes for the Xbox 2 podcast. Thank you guys so much for watching. I truly appreciate each and every one of you that take the time out of your day to do so, and I'll see you in the next video. Later, guys.